Hey everybody, and welcome back to another battle report. This time it's some Americans versus my Soviets. Maximum attrition, so this is the kill point. Each unit has a bounty on its head. Being one, the more you kill, is the winner. My forces mixed it up a little bit. Get a picture of them here. We have the inexperienced guys, LT, regular with SMGs, heavy infantry, terrors with Panzerfaust, veterans, terrors, flamethrower team, sniper team. My opponent's forces. One thing to note though, he doesn't have nearly as many infantry as me, but his squads are a bit larger. So that was something I was noticing, at least for his rangers and his regular group. The board setup. We treat all these as the ruins is just kind of an open terrain, hardcover. This is the only building. Walls were treated as hardcover. Craters were soft. And then just a different perspective. On to turn one. So most of the turn here is just moving folks on. So it'll go by pretty quick. These are the veterans, so they're coming up on his left, my right. My sniper, as a delaying, just running into the middle, get some cover. His heavy infantry advances in the center. My regular SMG squad comes in in the center. The inexperienced squad comes in on my right. The regular squad advances on his right to cover behind the wall. My smaller group of terror comes in on my right. Sniper runs up, because this has a ladder and ease, door's supposed to be over that way, ease of access. We treat, you're able to enter the second or the first floor on this building just because of the ladder there. The guards enter that cover. Center left, LT comes on. Medium mortar. There's just an extra guy on here. It's a medium mortar, not a heavy mortar. My flamethrower team comes on. Medic comes on. The oh yeah, air observer. He's on here. See if he does anything worthwhile. Heavy infantry comes on. This is where I wasn't sure what exactly he was planning on doing with his Kodiak and things, so I thought advance on undercover. We have the walls here to give me a barrier. So I was thinking, and I can cut through and run up the middle um, if needed. He brings his LT on, and then the big mammoth jamma. This guy advances on. I don't think he had anything to fire at, or if he did, it was inconsequential. Um, yeah, he actually just got this painted up. It looks really nice. I was glad to. Um, he hasn't had this army that long, so he was able to get some paint on him, get him. He's mentioned still doing some work on some of them, but definitely gets it to you know playable, more than playable. Looking good in a relatively short time. Top of two. One thing I didn't see was these guys ran on. So at the start of turn two, I was kind of misdeployed, I think. Um, so, and I did overrate the the armor value mentally of the Kodiak here. So I should have brought these guys in more over here, but um, so really my only way of dealing with the Kodiak on this side of the board is here with two Panzerfausts and two more Panzerfausts. But they'll end up running up this killing field um, if I just run them out in the open here. So it kind of adds a little bit of difficulty. Um, One other thing with this game, we did have a time limit of about 2 hours or so. So we had to kind of keep it moving. So there wasn't some time to think on what we wanted to do. It was more of a we kind of sped through these first two turns or a couple turns, so we give some movement or time towards the later ones if needed. So the sniper here is put on ambush. His his veteran infantry advance to cover. My LT, to that note about getting things done quick, snaps to action. Sniper runs into the building, ruins second floor. These guys advance, and LT comes up. They advance slowly again, knowing my miss deploy. I was thinking I was going to go okay. Between them, the um, terrors and inexperienced infantry, we should be able to handle this group of rangers. In reality, um, it's 12 veteran infantry sitting in hard cover. I probably shouldn't even bothered. And if I was, I should have ran whatever way these guys were going. I should have ran them. So the Kodiak fires on the Russian infantry in the open here. Thing does a pin, doesn't really do much. The flamethrower team was back here, runs over this way. My thought being advance them up and then hopefully start burning this way using the terrors as cover. Heavy infantry seeing my movements on down here, way down here, they decide to kind of shift towards the middle, give themselves some more space. I did remind him that my guys tote anti-tank rifles and it's not just assault rifles, so he's a bit newer to the game, so I didn't want to that kind of catch him off guard because originally he was going to move up to engage. I said, hey, you still can, but be aware that my guys, pack anti-tank rifles where yours has assault rifles. Um, so he's thinking, okay, well, and rightfully so. I think I would win that firefight. He decided to back off and kind of do a delaying action fire on some other stuff. My inexperienced squad fires. They tears just go down this first turn. We ended up killing a ranger. Um, the regular squad here is put on ambush, and the air observer marked my guard squad as the target. Again, mentioned in time limit. So these guys sprint up here and trigger the ambush as we're running to cover. We're hit, but nobody's lost. Top of 3, and boom. Yeah. So the air observers haven't had much luck against me the past couple of games. They usually get taken out before they can do anything. Well, this time karma came back, and yeah, the squad got obliterated. So top of 3, and he's up. I'm down a squad, down a veteran squad, and he's up 1 victory point. The I didn't mention it, but the sniper here has been taking fire. Hasn't Nothing's really been hitting. I'm a small team in hard cover. Yeah, they're pretty tough, and yeah. So, but he still fails his rally. Here's all the pins scattered from the attack run. The yeah, with the tears up here taking fire, I started sneaking up my flamethrower team. I got the first pull, so we attempted to we engaged in a firefight with the regular squad here. He ended up losing 6 guys in the process. I lost 2, picked up another pin, and so yeah, that wasn't good. Yeah, yeah, I lost 2 in the process, and then Kodiak turns to engage, fires into these guys, and just pulls off another three, um, functionally reducing my chances of taking it out. Yeah, I should have been a little bit more cautious or brought him up back here to allow me to come out instead of running them into the cover so they could be seen, keeping them behind it. Um, because yeah, with these guys, this unit being pretty much decimated, losing their Panzerfaust because there's only one guy left with it now, I really have nothing anywhere near to deal with the Kodiak. Oh, and yeah, things keep, when it rains, it pours. So the air observer, or no, I'm not there. The spotter was able to draw a line of sight of the squad. When actually looking at it here, they probably even could have without the spotter, but either way, the spotter could see them. So and they're hit. It zeroed in and pick up a couple more pins in the process. We did lose the two, so it could have been a lot worse, but now they're zeroed in. The thanks to the veterans, and I believe one hit from with the rifle or the heavy infantry, and a good a not a foobar, but like I think 11 Rangers fail. Heavy infantry continues their advance. So, so yeah, they once they saw I'm peeling to my right, so I'm heading off this way with my heavy infantry. He decides to start bringing his guys up to either do cleanup over here, or he's able to push back and hit my regular squad. You see the line here. Um, so we're down to one. He may have picked up a shot either from him or one or two of the guys from here may have been in range. But either way, I'm down to my sergeant. The heavy infantry continuing their advance again. Like I probably should have been sending them back here. Deal with the at least attempt to deal with the vehicle or pick up some points, but for whatever reason I was mentally fixated on these guys, so pushing my heavy infantry that way, along with the terrors coming up, starting to fire. Top of 4, so we're getting in close, starting to do some significant damage. The inexperienced squad, they actually did pretty good this game. They've been firing into the veterans there, killing one or two, but mainly just adding pins and keeping them from firing back at me effectively. Again, advancing, just adding more fire, more pins, hopefully to be able to come in and assault and finish them off. So, the sergeant here. So I was debating on whether to run back and hide him to try to save his points or shoot him out and jump for the air observer. Based on the terrain and the amount of bodies he had over here, I didn't think I'd realistically be able to hide him the rest of the game, because these guys would be able to come around. The Kodiak would be able to come around, or just the heavy infantry. So I think they would catch him and kill him. So my thought being, well, if he's going to die, at least try to get a point back. And I mean, they are fanatics, so I assume instead of retreating and all that, they just bonsai or do their equivalent of a bonsai charge. Yeah, that didn't work though. With all the pins and everything, he whiffed spectacularly. The heavy infantry, seeing mine peel off to the right, decide to come in and start advancing clear out this building, get those points. So as LT, they snapped up, they're moving up. So between the Kodiak and the heavy infantry and the LT, I don't think the LT hit. Either way, they're dumping fire into these guys. They got them up to like 5 or something pins. And yeah, it's not looking good Good for this squad. Top of five. So here we're coming in. Um, Heavy infantry to start coming in and fighting. I haven't actually used these guys in an assault yet. I do have three of them with the dual weapons pack to get additional shots and everything. So I haven't actually got to use them close range. I'm currently still just using the anti-tank rifles as we come up, and that's been effective. But haven't gotten a chance to really use the weight of fire of SMGs yet. The after the assault, okay, so heavy infantry here came in, assaulted. I think we killed two or three of them. Not many, um, because that was a squad, and here was a squad of SMGs. So we did roll a ton of dice, even with all the pins. But he was able to. He lost two, but killed all but one or two of mine, and then was able to finish them off. And then took the building to get closer to other units. You see my poor poor sniper wondering what he's going to do now. The Looking at the time, I didn't think we'd be able to um, finish enough. That, and the squad here had, I think, still like 6 or 7 guys in there, even with all the firepower we've been putting into it. Um, yeah, they weren't budging. So there was a medic and a his helper over here. So we assaulted them just to kill a unit. Um, yeah, because I don't think we were going to budge these guys. And that's kind of what I hinted at with sending my heavy infantry into hard against veterans in hard cover. It just, yeah, it wasn't happening. So realistically, I should have sent them back to my left, especially once I saw where his vehicle came in, and they at least probably would have had a shot of either taking it down or countering his heavy infantry there. So I did kill the medic. At least I got somebody. The Kodiak, speaking of the devil, comes in, finishes off. I was trying to be sneaky, get these guys in to burn somebody, whether it's them or him, and yeah, that didn't work. And then the snapshot at game end, you can kind of see he didn't have a chance. We ended on 5 due to time, but I think it was pretty much wrapped up at this point because I think with my numbers I could have finished this squad off with another turn, so I'd gotten one more point, but I got the LT hiding here, sniper in this building. He's got all this heavy infantry here. I don't think I was gonna. That's my dead pile. Part of it. The other unfortunate part is all that. I just don't think it still would have been the same because I would have killed a unit. He would have gotten probably another two. So it would have just ended up at a 6-2 at a game end instead of a 4-1. So, but all in all, a good game. It was a Russian loss. Americans win, killing 4 units to my 1. I got a veteran medic. He killed my terrors, some veteran infantry, regular infantry, and my flamethrower. So, as far as lessons or thoughts after the game, needed to be a little bit more careful or thoughtful with where I put my heavy infantry, especially since I don't usually run them with a transport. Um, Maybe switch these guys back to veteran. Um, Gives me some more Panzerfaust. I do have some mortars I need to paint up along with maybe an anti-tank gun just to give me something. Um, Mortars to deal with any of the veteran infantry and cover. Um, Anti-tank gun just to give me some range against armor. One thing though I'm not particularly happy with is just the veteran flamethrower, the 6-inch range, and it's just not worth it to me. I'd rather, not that I get it, but I'd rather have another sniper or something. Um, or 50 points is, the price to upgrade these guys to veterans and buy them a Panzerfaust or something. It's to that point where I think yeah, they just not he's not working for me. I've tried it for a couple games, but all in all, it was a fun game. Like I said, his army he's had it for a little while, not terribly long, a month or so, and it's gotten all that stuff painted up. So it was nice to see that hit the table. Um, and all in all, it was a enjoyable game. And thank y'all for watching. Thanks.